Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to begin our program. If you can, please rise for the playing of the Vice-Regal Salute. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to adjust my microphone. My name's Josh Clausen from CTV Edmonton. It has been my honor to host these awards for the past number of years, and it is my great honor again today to virtually host these awards and be your MC today. Before we start, we want to acknowledge that Alberta is on Treaty 6, 7, and 8 territory, the traditional home of many nations and the Métis people of Alberta. Your honors, Minister Ahir, honored award recipients, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this significant occasion for the government of Alberta and the voluntary sector in Alberta. Now, today is International Volunteer Day, and in recognition of that, we're here to celebrate the efforts and achievements of those who selflessly dedicate their time and talents to helping others. We're here today to recognize Alberta's exceptional volunteers. Today's event, like everything else in the last couple of months, is a lot different. We're not in the beautiful surroundings of Government House. There's no celebratory sounds of the pipes and drums and no visiting chatter of guests, but we are extremely happy that you have taken the time to join us today safely online to celebrate our special recipients. So thank you. We hope this is as important an occasion and a special an occasion for you as it is for us. Now, each day, as we all know, remarkable Albertans find it in their hearts to give their time and make a difference in our communities. Thanks to them, our communities are made stronger, more welcoming places to live, to work, and to raise a family. This year presented a whole other level of challenges, but once again, volunteers stepped up to the plate. They delivered groceries, they drove seniors, they were fostering pets, and they were organizing online fundraisers. Those are just a few examples of the endless acts of kindness from our volunteers who don't ever look for recognition or acknowledgement for their work. They're just happy with a smile and maybe a cup of coffee and a simple thank you. The one thing we should always remember, though, when it comes to volunteers is to not take for granted their selfless gifts and talents. We're incredibly proud of Alberta's volunteers, and the Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards is our way of acknowledging and thanking these remarkable individuals. So today, we're here to celebrate 9 outstanding members of Alberta's incredible volunteer family with the presentation of the 2020 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards. Right now, I'd like to ask the 2020 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Award recipients to wave to us from their screens. Let's give them a warm round of applause from wherever you are. Congratulations to all of you. To begin the special event, it is my pleasure to invite Her Honor, the Honorable Salma Lakhani, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, to provide her remarks. Your Honor.
Hello, everyone, and a special hello to our wonderful Stars of Alberta Award recipients. I would like to begin by thanking Minister Ahir and her team for bringing us together to celebrate some remarkable community volunteers. Although I would have loved to have congratulated each one of you in person and to have met with each one of you, we all know that we need to do whatever we can to keep our fellow Albertans and ourselves safe right now, and that includes opting for virtual gatherings like this one. The pandemic has touched each of us in one way or another. We are all dealing with varying degrees of fatigue, a sense of loss in some cases, and concerns for the future. And in this challenging time, it has become more important than ever to celebrate the volunteers and grassroots leaders who are making positive things happen across our province. This year's Stars of Alberta are energetic, compassionate, and talented community connectors who are working to foster greater possibilities and promise for all citizens. To our recipients, I am deeply inspired by your dedication to service. You see someone in need or something that could be improved, and you respond in a way that is positive and uplifting, doing whatever you can to make the situation better. You take a forward looking and highly inclusive approach to giving back and consistently lead the way with courage, optimism, and an open heart. Above all, you inspire everyone to look to the future with hope, and that is truly a precious gift. I know from my own life journey just how powerful the promise of hope can be. It is what allows us to overcome obstacles, to dream, and to grow as individuals and as a society. Hope is the first step in transforming possibility into reality. And that is at the heart of what you do as valued community leaders. As Her Majesty the Queen's representative in Alberta, I am delighted to congratulate Amanda, Brennan, Joyce, Jyoti, Freda, Kathleen, Selima, Anjum, and Kelly. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for your essential service. Stay well, keep safe, and enjoy this richly deserved recognition. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next, I'd like to invite Minister of Alberta Culture, Multiculturalism, and Status of Women, Leela Sharon Ahir, to deliver her greetings on behalf of the Government of Alberta. Minister Ahir.
Thank you so much, Josh, and thank you for your beautiful land acknowledgement as well. It's so important that we acknowledge this beautiful space that we share with those who were here for thousands of years before us. So thank you so much for that. It's very hard to follow after Her Honor, but I'll do my very best. I'm just honored to be here with the Honorable Her Honor Salma Lakhani, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, and His Honor as well, Dr. Zahir Lakhani. So privileged to be with the both of you and to bring warm, warm greetings from Premier Jason Kenney and all of my government colleagues as well. We are so blessed to be able to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of these 9 incredible Albertans. And in a few minutes, actually, we're going to be privileged to be able to hear the stories of the volunteers, of the Stars of Alberta Volunteer Award recipients. As Her Honor said, these volunteers are the heartbeat of Alberta's social, cultural, and recreational programs and the activities we all rely on and enjoy. These are incredibly compassionate people, thoughtful people who are central to building these safe and welcoming communities and to continue building safe and welcoming communities and the cornerstones that are necessary for continuing to build these vibrant and welcoming, inclusive communities. This year's Stars of Alberta recipients come from a really, really unique and diverse backgrounds and many, many different experiences, but they are united in their passion to step up and really, really make a difference. These very special Albertans dedicate valuable time. And when I went through all of the various backgrounds on these volunteers, thousands and thousands of hours of volunteer work and bringing their talents to so many different activities. And their contributions range from helping out seniors to supporting 4-H, mentoring girls and women and Indigenous youth in science and technology and engineering, teaching us about Indigenous history, advocating for the vulnerable, and supporting many community sports and other organizations that are really, really close to their hearts. With the addition of the Breaking Barriers category this year, we also have some really strong advocates in areas of gender diversity in the workplace, anti-racism, and the LGBTQ2S+ community. And each of these recipients have worked tirelessly to support the people and the causes and the communities that are dear to them. And when I read about their accomplishments, it is truly exhausting, the amount of work that has been put in. Giving ourselves to these organizations and causes that matter to us is actually where we find the true joy in volunteering. And this year's award recipients lead with their hearts and embody the strong spirit of Alberta volunteerism. We are, again, so humbled to be with you and to be with our Stars of Alberta recipients. More than 1.6 million Albertans are part of our province's expansive volunteer family. And they see a need in their community and they just jump in and they go in and they try and make a better day and a difference for their friends and neighbors and people that they've never even met before. But you lead by example. We thank you for leading by example, to inspire all of us to serve and to show the true meaning of community spirit. So on behalf of myself, our Premier Kenny, and all Albertans, congratulations and a deep thank you to the recipients of the 2020 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards. Let's give them another round of applause. We are very grateful for your life-changing work in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister. Here, you mentioned the incredible stories of this year's award recipients, and we will get to those stories in a moment. But first, to pay special tribute and to celebrate those award recipients, we've got a special performance recorded just for today's event by Alberta's own Daniel Gervais. So, ladies and gentlemen, please get up for Daniel Gervais. Oh, that is outstanding. That is a great way to kick off the most highly anticipated part of our celebration today, the introduction of this year's 2020 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Award recipients. So let's get to our first category. The first award in the youth category goes to Amanda Hardman from Stony Plain. Let's meet Amanda.
Amanda Hardman
Winner of the 2019 4-H Alberta Premier's Award, Anja Hardman is a leader by example through her long-time involvement in the Stony Riders 4-H Club, contributions to several advisory committees, community and school projects and events, and local athletics programs. Anja helps inspire young Albertans to community service. In 8 years with 4-H, Anja has volunteered at numerous 4-H and community events and served as president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. Anja is in her first year as junior leader and 4-H Alberta ambassador. As an ambassador, she provides input at board meetings, speaks at community events, mentors young members, and helps foster positive youth development. Now a third-year 4-H Canada Youth Service leader, Anja participated in the Rimbey Agricultural Centre Beautification Project and has organized and participated in several community service projects across the country, including a Seniors' Day in Manitoba, beach cleaning and sand dune seagrass planting in New Brunswick, and creating hygiene kits with Global Medic in Toronto. A past member of 4-H Canada-wide Science Fair team, Anja has become an advocate and mentor encouraging youth interest in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. She delivered presentations on 4-H programming and science and was a panelist at Calgary's Science and Technology Awareness Conference. Anja used a $750 Rising Youth grant to purchase soil testing kits for the Parkland County Libraries for their Youth Makerspace kits, which helps encourage youth and women in agriculture and STEM. Anja is a member of the University of Alberta's Wisest Youth Council, volunteering in projects and providing input to help shape Wisest programming. Representing rural youth and bringing attention to issues they face, Anja has attended many national youth conferences and sits on a number of advisory councils, including MLA Cyril Turton's Youth Advisory Council and the RCMP's National Youth Advisory Council. Anja Hardman, 2020 Stars of Alberta Youth Award recipient. Congratulations, Anja. Well deserved. The next award recipient in the youth category is Brennan Oh Young from Calgary. Here's Brennan's story. Brennan Oh Young. On his first day at the University of Calgary, the Schulich School of Engineering student Brennan Oh Young was impressed to see the diversity and fair representation of both genders in the student population. However, Brennan noted a lack of Indigenous students in engineering, and in that moment, a vision was born. Escape with STEM is a nonprofit organization that delivers STEM-based escape room puzzles and experiences to inspire Indigenous students to explore education and careers and opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Through support from some friends, Brennan connected with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Calgary. Empowered by their unwavering support, he delivered the first Escape with STEM experience to the grade 5 and 6 classes at the Pituayas Family School in 2018. The school teaches Alberta programs of study through an Indigenous lens. And after receiving enthusiastic reviews from students and teachers, the school hosted the program again in 2019. Escape with STEM has since been delivered to Indigenous youth at the Setina First Nations Chilla Elementary School and also to 800 Indigenous high school students at Shell Canada's 2019 Inspire Soaring Indigenous Youth Empowerment Conference. Brennan also supports Cyber Mentor, an organization that inspires girls in science and engineering by developing online escape rooms to support their efforts. To date, more than 1,000 Indigenous youth have been exposed to science and technology through Escape with STEM, and many more through their online learning hubs. The United Way of Calgary and the Calgary Flames Foundation have been instrumental in spreading the word about Escape with STEM online. In addition, Shell Canada and TC Energy have provided ongoing financial support to help deliver the programs. In the past year, Brennan has also volunteered for AC Robotics, the Calgary United Way Cabinet, American Society of Mechanical Engineers Southern Alberta Student Branch, and Gen Next. He's also supported fellow students through the U of C Emerging Leaders Program. Brennan Oh Young, 2020 Stars of Alberta Youth Award recipient. Again, congratulations, Brennan. The future of Alberta is looking bright in the hands of people like Brennan and Anja. So congratulations to both of you. Let's move on to the adult category, and our first award goes to Joyce Mccoy from Didsbury. Let's meet Joyce. Joyce Mccoy. Joyce Mccoy is passionate about her community and believes that volunteer community service plays an important role in making a great community even better. Within months of moving to Didsbury, Joyce joined the Connects, helping to raise funds for many community projects, including playgrounds, parks, affordable housing, and the pool and slide. It was the beginning of 3+ decades of volunteer community service, contributing more than 1,000 volunteer hours over the past year to organizations supporting health, education, community development, recreation, and sport. Joyce's impact is felt throughout the community. Joyce has been a dedicated supporter of figure skaters, serving as the regional committee chair on the Provincial Skate Canada Board, registration chair for Skate Canada Challenge, data specialist and official for the Alberta Winter Games, and many other provincial competitions. The Mountain View Colts, a junior B hockey team that Joyce supports as COVID-19 communications manager and social media director, is among a number of groups that have benefited from her social media skills. Other groups include Shop Local Didsbury and A Better Didsbury. In the spring, Joyce organized the Hero Parades for Didsbury frontline workers. Joyce is passionate about seniors and supporting healthy aging. She volunteers as a member of the Mountain View Seniors Housing Foundation and, along with the town, organizes the seniors' bus trips and volunteers as the tour guide. Joyce initiated the first Remembrance Day Bells of Peace sunset service in Didsbury in 2018 and the first Poppy-a-thon at the Didsbury Museum in 2019, attracting over a dozen ladies to knit and crochet poppies. What started as a small personal project has now become ingrained in the community and is an annual event. The monthly Poppy-a-thon gatherings are now organized by the museum, allowing Joyce to find the next great community project to help get others engaged in volunteerism. Joyce Mccoy, 2020 Stars of Alberta Adult Award recipient. Congratulations to Joyce. Well done and well deserved. The next award recipient in the adult category is Gianta Chaudhary from Calgary. Let's meet Jay. Gianta Chaudhary. Jay Chaudhary's volunteer contributions are as diverse as the community he serves, contributing more than 500 hours each year to various organizations and initiatives. Jay's efforts have touched the lives of Calgary youth, newcomers, and seniors. As chair of the Royal Canadian Air Cadets 538 Buffalo Squadron, Jay is working to help young Calgarians become strong citizens within their community and to develop career skills with an eye to future opportunities. Jay also serves as a volunteer member on the South Asian Advisory Board of the Calgary Police Service Diversity Resource Team, tackling issues like prevention of domestic violence. Recognizing the unique challenges facing young people arriving from war-torn countries, Jay volunteered to work with youth in the Forest Lawn community of Calgary, from offering rides and aiding newcomers in their job search to assisting in research projects at the Calgary Immigrant Support Center. Jay has become a leader in the local South Asian community. Jay works with passion with people of different faiths, beliefs, and understanding. He runs a community radio, bringing his audience exemplary stories of Albertans from different walks of life. Having survived a serious bout of COVID-19, which left him in a coma for 25 days, Jay recovered and became a vocal advocate of preventative COVID-19 protocols. Jay became an example of a COVID warrior and was creating social media clips to make Albertans aware of the seriousness of COVID-19 and the importance of wearing a mask. His Wear a Mask and Complete Your Task campaign was far-reaching and supported through various media channels, including CBC National, CTV, Global News, and the Calgary Herald. With a passion for people, Jay has volunteered in support of the Canadian Food Grains Bank, a partnership of Canadian churches and church-based agencies working together to end global hunger. Jay is also behind the scenes of local Canada Day celebrations and has contributed his time and talents with the Calgary Stampede, UNICEF Canada, Habitat for Humanity International, and Partners International, just to name a few. Jay Chaudhary, 2020 Stars of Alberta Adult Award recipient. And a huge congratulations to Jay, and I know we're all really happy to hear that you're feeling a lot better after your battle with COVID. So congratulations to Jay. The first award recipient in the senior category goes to Freda Maynard of Edson. Let's watch Freda's story. Freda Maynard. From residential school survivor to an Edson community icon, Freda Maynard has encountered much and given back even more to the town that she says aided her in her own healing journey. As an elder in the Indigenous community, Freda's a familiar face in Edson's kindergarten to grade 12 classrooms, engaging young students in Indigenous activities and sharing the tragic story of Canada's residential schools with senior classes. Freda also conducts blanket exercises, an interactive educational program teaching the history of Indigenous peoples in Canada to organizations in Edson. Motivated by a fierce loyalty to the community, Freda has contributed over 900 volunteer hours, supporting a range of local nonprofit organizations and initiatives, including the Edson Friendship Center, the Edson and District Recycling Society, and the Edson Music Festival.
Her love of music has opened up yet another volunteering opportunity. She's a welcome performer, singing and playing the guitar at the Edson Senior Pioneer Cabin and the extended care facility of the Edson Hospital. In any outing Freda makes, whether it's to the restaurant, a trip to the grocery store, a stop at the local bank, or during one of her many visits to a local school, she can be seen talking about the many opportunities available in the community. She's a vital connector, linking people to the programs and resources they're looking for, and in doing so, encouraging her fellow citizens to also get involved. With her amazing spirit, resiliency, and captivating calm, Freda is an inspiration to anyone who's been touched by her genuine smile and loving demeanor. Freda Maynard, 2020 Stars of Alberta Senior Award recipient.
Oh, congratulations, Freda. Really, really well deserved. The next award recipient in the senior category is Kathleen King from Edmonton. Here's Kathy's story.
Kathleen King. Turning tragedy into compassion, Kathleen King is a committed, caring social advocate working tirelessly to create awareness and spur action on missing and murdered women and the elimination of sexual exploitation. A clinical social worker and co-author of a textbook on child sexual abuse in 1987, her support of the vulnerable and exploited became even more personal after her daughter, who had begun to experiment with drugs and eventually disappeared from the streets of Edmonton in 1997, was discovered a victim of violent crime. Becoming one of the families who'd lost loved ones through murder, in 1998, Kathy became an active volunteer with the Victims of Homicide Support Society, as well as CEASE, the Center to End All Sexual Exploitation. Through her work with CEASE and as an independent social advocate, Kathleen has initiated or lent her support to numerous projects that focus on raising awareness and educating the public on the challenges facing vulnerable young people who may be prone to addiction or exploitation, and to inspire a more accepting and collaborative attitude towards meeting their needs. Kathleen launched missingkara.ca, a website named for her daughter, as a source of inspiration and information. The site shares Kathleen's own story while documenting and memorializing the other victims of exploitation and violence. Kathleen has lent her support to Project Change, a photographic exhibition to create awareness about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, and collaborated with Edmonton photographer Mufti Mathewson on the Red Dress Photography Project to honor missing and murdered women. She's an ongoing participant in annual events, including the CEASE August 14 Memorial, the February 14 Memorial March for Missing and Murdered Women of Edmonton, and served as fundraiser and committee member of the CEASE Men of Honor Annual Awards. Kathleen's efforts are also directed at changing the behaviors that contribute to sexual exploitation and sex trafficking, having served as educator with both CEASE and the Edmonton Sex Trade Offender Programming. By documenting, educating, advocating, and sharing her own story, Kathleen is inspiring others to get involved and take action while supporting those who share the common sorrow of loss and enduring hope for change. Kathleen King, 2020 Stars of Alberta Senior Award recipient.
Oh, very well deserved. Congratulations to Kathy King. All right, I'm proud to introduce 3 new awards this year that we'll present in the Breaking Barriers category, recognized as exceptional volunteers working to create diverse and inclusive communities. The first award in this category recognizes individuals or groups who are volunteering in the area of anti-racism. This year's award goes to Selima Versi of Edmonton. Here's Selima's story.
Selima Versi. Edmonton's Selima Versi has a commitment to building welcoming, inclusive, and diverse communities. Within Edmonton's Ismaili Muslim community, Selima is an alwaiza, a scholar, preacher, and a spiritual caregiver. In this role, she's responsible for writing and delivering regular sermons, providing spiritual care, running classes and workshops, and conducting and presenting research on topics impacting the community. She also has a number of other roles in the Ismaili community. As a career counselor with the Aga Khan Education Board for Edmonton, Selima conducted career assessments and career planning interviews with high school and university students. Her involvement with multi-faith families with the Ismaili Council for Edmonton has provided a space for non-Ismaili partners to become actively involved and included in the community. Selima is also actively involved in the broader Muslim community in Edmonton. As a co-founder of the Muslim Feminist Collective of Edmonton, Selima is bringing Muslims together to address issues facing their and other marginalized communities. In her role with the organization, Selima actively shares content and perspectives online to help educate and create awareness about a wide range of issues related to social justice. in a partnership between Muslim Feminist Collective of Edmonton and her own counseling practice, Rahma Counseling and Consulting, Selima helped to develop a curriculum to teach her community about racism and empower people to become actively anti-racist. In addition to her ongoing commitments to the Muslim community, Selima has also been long engaged in interfaith work. While serving on the board of the Edmonton Interfaith Center for Action and Education, Selima organized and attended various events, national and international conferences, and promoted interfaith perspectives. In 2018, she hosted a full-day youth workshop on pilgrimage and spiritual journeys and helped to organize a 3-day international conference on the same topic. She also continues to engage in interfaith conversations on a regular basis, most recently as a keynote speaker during A Common Words annual Christian-Muslim dialogue on the topic of mental health and resilience. Selima's work shows a deep commitment to bringing many voices to the table and empowering others to actively engage in their communities in the movement towards justice for all. Selima Versi, 2020 Stars of Alberta Anti-Racism Award recipient.
Congratulations, Selima, and huge thank you for the work that you do in our community. The next award in the Breaking Barriers category recognizes individuals or organizations volunteering to end gender discrimination. This year's award goes to Anja Malik of Edmonton. Here's Anjam's story.
Anja Malik. Anjam has dedicated much of her volunteer efforts to the advancement of women in engineering and sciences. From being a corporate and industry leader of employee resource groups dedicated to women in the organization, to reducing barriers for women and girls to pursue a career in engineering and geoscience as chair of the Women in APEGA, Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta. Anjam's work is opening doors for countless numbers of women and girls to follow her lead into successful careers in these fields. As co-chair of the Fall 2018 Canadian Coalition of Women in Engineering, Science, Trades and Technology Conference, Anjam's efforts helped ensure impactful professional development activities for women at all stages of their career, as well as diverse programming to purposefully and meaningfully include Indigenous youth. Anjam and the other members of the conference organizing committee were recognized for their efforts and achievements when they received the Women in Engineering and Geoscience Champion APEGA Summit Award in 2019. As Director of Engineering Services for the City of Edmonton, Anjam is a trailblazer through her own career achievements, a female leader in engineering and inspiring role model for women and girls with aspirations of a career in engineering and geoscience. Her efforts to ensure gender diversity within the workplace are making a difference throughout the industry and beyond. As a result of her volunteer work, Anjam is often asked to be a guest speaker or conference panel member to discuss diversity, equity, and inclusion in engineering or women in leadership. Her contributions to her department's Diversity and Inclusion Committee have led Anjam's involvement as member of the City of Edmonton's corporate GBA Plus Advisory Committee, providing expertise and guidance on developing and implementing GBA Plus across the organization. Anjam's work on behalf of women in traditionally male-dominated professions inspires women and girls to overcome their own barriers and follow a path into a non-traditional career in engineering or the sciences. Anjam is a prime example of what one person with drive and passion can do. Anja Malik, 2020 Stars of Alberta Fighting Gender Discrimination Award recipient.
Well done. Incredible work, and congratulations to Anjam. Moving on to our next category, this award recognizes individuals or organizations who volunteer to advocate for the LGBTQ2S+ community. And the award this year in this category goes to Dr. Kelly Ernst of Calgary. Let's meet Dr. Ernst.
Dr. Kelly Ernst. Dr. Kelly Ernst's scope of lifelong volunteer activities is vast. Most recently, Kelly's co-founder and president of the End of the Rainbow Foundation based in Calgary. The foundation's mission is to improve socioeconomic conditions for LGBTQ2S+ people, with a particular focus on LGBTQ2S+ refugees. Thanks to Kelly's innovative leadership and his talent to recognize the most needed supports, Kelly's established a prominent LGBTQ2S+ refugee serving organization in Canada. As a part of his presidency of the End of the Rainbow Foundation, Kelly's a member of the Canadian Rainbow Coalition for Refuge, which educates and advocates for the development of sponsor groups for bringing LGBTQ2S+ refugees to Canada. Highlights of his past volunteerism include being a founding board member of the Rocky Mountain Civil Liberties Association and its president for 6 years. Kelly was co-founder and original endowment advisor at the Calgary Foundation's Chinook Lesbian and Gay Endowment Fund. He was also a co-founder of the Basic Income Canada Network. Kelly's a former president of the Gay and Lesbian Community Services Association and was also vice president of both Fairy Tales Presentation Society, and Calgary Outgames Legacy. For his dedicated volunteer work as chairperson of the Alberta hearings on legislation regarding gay-straight alliances in Alberta schools, Kelly received the 2015 Alberta Civil Liberties Human Rights Award. In 2016, Kelly was contracted to rebuild Calgary Outlink, one of the oldest LGBTQ2S+ organizations in Calgary, where he met many LGBTQ2S+ refugee claimants from countries that criminalized homosexuality. To provide support for these vulnerable newcomers, Kelly founded the Maya LGBTQ+ New Canadians Resiliency Project. He also began to act as a witness during immigration and refugee board hearings, which he continues to do to this day. This work eventually led Kelly to start a successful collaboration with the Center for Newcomers, where he leads a team of LGBTQ2S+ refugees who continue to collaborate and grow the LGBTQ+ newcomers programming and the broadly based Vulnerable Populations program. Dr. Kelly Ernst, 2020 Stars of Alberta LGBTQ2S+ Inclusion Award recipient.
And a huge congratulations to Dr. Ernst. And to all of our award recipients this year. Every year that I have a chance to host this, I'm astounded by the amount of volunteerism that goes on in our community. So on behalf of everyone, thank you to all of you who are volunteering and to all of our award recipients for helping to make our communities and our world a better place. And with that, let's all give it up one more time for this year's award recipients of the 2020 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Josh Clausen from CTV, and with that, I would like to conclude our event. Thank you to all of you for logging in to this unique Stars of Alberta Awards, Volunteerism Awards. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you all stay safe and healthy through the holiday season. Just a reminder to the recipients before we go, please log in again for a private meeting with the Lieutenant Governor and Minister here. Again, thank you. Congratulations one more time to all of our award recipients, and have a great evening.